Hey guys, it's Monique here, and I am the other half of BrandTheBoss. I focus in on sales, and today I am going to teach you how to be more confident in sales. So you're ready to get started with selling, but you keep hearing that nagging voice in the back of your head that's telling you things like, what if I'm not good at this? What if they can tell that I'm super nervous? All these sorts of things. I definitely have you covered. I have been in sales for 10 years, a little over, and I am going to give you one single formula that's going to help you become massively confident when you're talking to people and selling your courses and your programs. And even if you're a sales professional and this is going to be your first job, I'm going to give you this one formula, this one single tip that's going to help you become massively confident in sales. So that formula is the KSH Formula. That stands for knowledge, skill, habit. So we're going to go into each one of those. I'm going to tell you a little bit about why this formula is going to be super successful in helping you become massively confident with your sales process. So the first thing is knowledge. You want to be your own guru. You want to be your own subject matter expert. So basically, it's really easy to sell if you know exactly what you're doing and you know exactly who you want to sell to. So a lot of times people will start and they'll put together a package or course, or they'll start their job and they'll think, okay, I'm ready. And then they actually start trying to have conversations with clients and they realize like, oh, I might not be as ready as I think. So when I talk about knowledge, there's a few things that I want to highlight. So in order to sell, just want to take a step back and you want to ask yourself, who is my target audience? What is it that they are struggling with, or what problems or issues are they having in their business? And then also, how is what I am offering them going to solve that problem? So if you're having a problem with sales and you're having a problem with maintaining some confidence there, you probably need to step back and ask yourself those questions first, and then you'll be able to kind of progress forward. But that's part of the knowledge part of this formula. You want to be ultra dialed in on who you're talking to, what their problems are, and how you can help them solve those problems as well. Once you've asked those questions, there's still one question that remains that is the most important question. And that question is, how do I know this? So once you know who your audience is, once you know what their problems and their issues are, and once you know what your offering is going to be and how that might help solve their problem, you want to ask yourself, do I really know that this is their issue and their problem? How do I know this? I can't tell you how many times that I have worked for even major companies where they're asking me to sell something and they're telling me that this is the target audience and this is their issue and this is their problem. And I start having conversation with those people who are in that target audience, that ideal client, and I'm finding from the sales side that what has been told to me and what is actually happening with the ideal client is not syncing up. It's not lining up. So one of the things that you will find out once you start selling is sometimes you think you know what people's issues and problems are and that what you have is going to be able to solve that. And then you start having these conversations and it's an entirely different set of issues and problems. So if you don't know how you have been able to arrive at that conclusion, take a step back, talk to some more of your ideal clients, figure out what their issues are, and then that way you're going to have the knowledge that you need to be massively confident when you're selling to them down the road. So on to the S in the KSH formula. The S stands for skill, and that's what you want to develop when you're trying to create sales and you're trying to become confident in your sales process. It's really easy to get out there and try to sell and fall flat on your face because you have not developed the skill set to be able to properly close sales. The most reliable way to be able to create confidence in your sales skills is to create a repeatable system that you can follow that is going to lead into the H portion of this KSH formula, which is habits. We're going to talk about that in just one second, but I want to focus here on the skill. Now, I'm always telling you guys that sales is simple, but it's not necessarily easy, especially when you first start out. That's why having a simple system of repeatable tasks are going to make your sales confidence shoot through the roof, because it's something that you can easily repeat, you can easily fall back on, and it just becomes a habit over time. So you want to start by developing what I call the IPTs. There's a lot of acronyms in this video, but I promise you they're worth it. So that is income producing tasks. You want to make sure that you are creating a daily list of IPTs that are going to help you figure out what you need to be doing in your business that are going to translate into sales. But once you have these tasks, and you start doing them on a regular basis, that's gonna boost your confidence because you're gonna get into a rhythm. You're gonna get, you're gonna figure out what you're doing and you're gonna feel a lot better about approaching your tasks on a day-to-day basis. So I wanna give you some examples of what an IPT is and what it's not. So an example of an income producing task or an IPT is creating a week's worth of content and a freebie around that content that's going to build you an email list, and that's going to actually build your clientele and build some warm leads for you to call on later on. Something that is not an IPT is taking really pretty pictures and posting them on social media, things like creating brands or choosing brand colors, things like that. Those things are fun if you're into that sort of thing, but they are definitely not going to help you with your sales confidence because they're just things that you're doing in your business, but it's not actually leading to sales. So in order to become confident in sales, you want to do tasks or IPTs that are going to get you to the road to your first sale or get you to the road to increasing and maximizing your revenue if you've already gotten that first sale. All right, so I want to give you guys a quick word about mindset. And I'm not talking about like law of attraction or manifesting. Those things are great if that's what you're into. For me, I just kind of recognize that there's a lot of commercialization on that, and that's just not my forte, if that's how you like to say it. That's not my thing, but I do see the value in positive self-talk and sort of psyching yourself up to be more confident. And so whatever it is that you need to do in order to create an environment that's going to foster positive self-talk, do that. Whether that's, taking walks or, if you work out a lot like I do, you know the power of positive mindset when you're pushing through that last set, whatever it is that you're doing, and you're like, God, if you tell yourself like, I can't do this, you're not gonna get through it. But when you start having those positive thoughts and reinforcements on loop, like, okay, I can do this for 10 seconds. Okay, I can do this for 5 seconds. You start to really push yourself out of your comfort zone. So again, you're not gonna get a whole lot of law of attraction, manifesting, things like that. That's not my bag, but I do see the power of developing a mindset that is gonna be super helpful for you, especially on those challenging days and you're falling back on your routine, you're falling back on your habits like I've just talked about. And so I wanna just go ahead and throw that out there as well, is one way to be confident is to really psych yourself up, whatever that looks like for you. Get into that, music, exercise, anything that you need in order to approach something from a positive mental and healthy space, definitely do that. And so for the H part of the KSH, we're gonna talk about habits. This is super easy and I'm not gonna delve too far into it just because it's self-explanatory. Once you're actually doing your income producing tasks, it's gonna be very easy for you to develop a habit. So practice makes perfect. Definitely show up on a regular basis, execute. Knowing something that you should be doing and actually executing it and doing it are two different things. So you want to build your habit and make sure that you're showing up in your business the way that you need to. And the one way to do that and build confidence is those income producing tasks, and then also being knowledgeable of what you're talking about, who you're talking to, what they need, and exactly how you can solve their problems is going to help you become massively confident and hopefully successful in sales. So you guys, developing confidence in sales, again, it's simple, but not necessarily easy, especially when you're new and you don't know what you're doing. You're like, goodness, I don't know if this is I'm cut out for this, if I can do this. You absolutely can. Sales is something that is a repeatable process. You can master it and you can definitely build confidence by using the KSH formula that I talked about here. You guys, I want to hear from you. Are you still super nervous about selling to your audience? If so, which one of the parts of the formula can you apply today to actually get started building that confidence that you need to talk to your audience? Tell me below in the comments. Okay, you guys, that's it for me. I'm Monique with the other half of Brand the Boss. Talk about sales here. So if you are a new entrepreneur, a new coach, if you're just trying to develop your sales skills or get better in sales, this is the place for you. I'm going to have tons more content around the topic of sales. It is my passion. I love it so much. Crazy that I say that because when I first started, I don't know that I felt that way, but over time I've gotten good at it and I want to help you guys get good at it as well. So stay tuned. If you haven't, please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.